In the late summer of 1977, a remarkable thing happened. Humanity decided to send a message to the cosmos, not just once, but twice. Voyager 1, Voyager 2, built to explore the giant outer planets, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, Neptune, a grand tour of our celestial neighborhood. Then, the plan was to keep going into interstellar space, to become our first emissaries to the stars, an undertaking of curiosity and ambition. The timing was perfect, a rare planetary alignment, once every 176 years. In August and September they lifted off, pillars of fire, small robotic explorers carrying the dreams of a planet, our eyes and ears sent beyond the horizon, not just instruments, storytellers, attached to each Voyager, a gold-plated phonograph record, not for us, but for whoever might find it. What would you say to the universe? If you had one chance to capture the essence of our world, what would you choose? This was the extraordinary challenge faced by a small committee led by the great astronomer Carl Sagan. They were tasked with creating the contents of the Golden Record, a time capsule designed to last for 1 billion years. The record itself is a beautiful object. It is a 12-inch disc, its surface gleaming with gold plating to protect it from the harsh environment of space. On the cover of the record, etched in diagrammatic form, are instructions. They are a kind of cosmic Rosetta Stone, designed to be decipherable by any intelligent, technologically advanced civilization that might one day intercept it. Inside the grooves of this remarkable disc lies a rich tapestry of life on Earth. It contains 115 images, encoded in analog form, showcasing our world in all its diversity. Pictures of our planet from space landscapes, deserts landscapes, ocean structure of DNA cell division, human anatomy, eating, drinking, caring for our young Great Wall of China, Sydney Opera House, a visual album of a single, vibrant moment in the life of a planet. But the record is not silent. It is filled with the sounds of our world. Wind, rain, thunder, crashing waves upon a shore, song of a whale, chirping of crickets, cry of an elephant, sound of a heartbeat, laughter, a mother's first words to her newborn child, spoken greetings in 55 different languages, Akkadian, spoken 6,000 years ago, and ending with a simple hello from a child. It is a symphony of life, a chorus of voices from a small, blue world. The creation of the Golden Record was an act of profound optimism. It was a project born in a time of great division on our planet, yet it sought to speak with a single, unified voice. The late 1970s was a period overshadowed by the Cold War, a time when humanity possessed the power to destroy itself many times over. Yet, in the midst of this tension, a group of people came together to create a message not of division, but of unity. They chose to focus on what we share rather than what separates us. This sense of hope was a powerful driving force behind the project. There was also an incredible sense of wonder that permeated the era. The Apollo moon landings were still a fresh memory. Humanity was looking up at the stars with new eyes. What else was out there? Were we alone in this vast universe? The Voyager missions and their Golden Record were a direct expression of this cosmic curiosity. They were an attempt to answer the oldest question of all. Is anybody out there? This project brought together people from all walks of life, scientists, artists, musicians, linguists. They worked together with a shared purpose to create a portrait of humanity that was both honest and beautiful. The Golden Record is a monument to that spirit of cooperation and hope. To understand the Golden Record, one must remember the world from which it came. The late 1970s was a time of great cultural and social flux, a world caught between old traditions and new ideas. It was the era of disco music and bell-bottom trousers, a time of vibrant colors and bold expression. Cities pulsed with a new kind of energy, and music was everywhere, pouring from radios and record players. It was a time of analog technology before the digital age would reshape our lives. Information was shared through newspapers, television sets, and conversations, not through the instant connection of the internet. The world felt both larger and smaller in different ways. It was also a time of growing awareness. The environmental movement was gaining momentum as people began to understand the fragile nature of our planet. Images of Earth from space, the famous blue marble photograph taken by the Apollo 17 crew, had given humanity a new perspective on our home. We saw for the first time our world as a single interconnected ecosystem, a beautiful and vulnerable oasis in the vastness of space. The Golden Record sought to capture a glimpse of this incredible diversity. Peruvian panpipes, Senegalese percussion, Bach, Chuck Berry. It was an acknowledgement that humanity's story is not a single narrative, but a rich chorus of many different voices. This was a time of looking forward, of dreaming about the future. Science fiction was flourishing in books and on film, inspiring a generation to imagine what might lie beyond our world. The idea of space travel, of encountering alien life, was not just a fantasy. It felt like a real possibility. It was a time when humanity dared to dream big, to reach for the stars, and to send a message of greeting to whatever, or whoever, might be out there waiting. The fundamental purpose of the Golden Record was simple, yet profound: an introduction. It was designed to serve as a cosmic handshake, a gesture of greeting from the inhabitants of a small, distant planet. The team behind it knew the chances of it ever being found were infinitesimally small. The vastness of space is almost impossible to comprehend. The Voyager spacecraft are tiny specks drifting through that immensity. But on the chance, however remote, that one of them was intercepted by an extraterrestrial intelligence, the record was there to say, hello. It was an attempt to bridge the immense gulf of space and time with a message of peace and friendship. This message was carefully crafted to be a story, the story of Earth. It was not meant to be a comprehensive encyclopedia of all human knowledge. That would have been impossible. Instead, it was intended to be a portrait, a snapshot of who we are, what we look like, what we sound like, what we value. It was an attempt to convey the wonder of being alive on this particular planet, in this particular moment in time. The hope was that an alien civilization might not only understand the scientific data on the record, but also feel the emotion behind it, the joy, the curiosity, the love. The record also served a purpose for us, here on Earth. The act of creating it forced us to look at ourselves from an outside perspective. What is most important about humanity? What aspects of our civilization are we most proud of? If we could only send one message to represent our entire species, what would it be? This process of self-reflection was in many ways as valuable as the record itself. It encouraged us to think beyond our immediate concerns, beyond national borders and political divisions, and to consider our place in the grand cosmic scheme of things. Ultimately, the Golden Record is a symbol of our loneliness, our hope. It is an acknowledgement that we may be alone in the universe, but it is also a powerful expression of our desire not to be. It is a testament to the human spirit's need to connect, to reach out, and to share our story. It is a profoundly hopeful act to send a message that may not be received for billions of years, if ever. It says that we believe in a future not just for ourselves, but for the universe at large. It is a declaration that we are here, and we are ready to be part of a larger conversation. The selection of sounds for the Golden Record was a journey in itself, an attempt to compose a symphony that could tell the story of a planet. The audio portion begins with the sounds of the natural world, a foundation upon which all life is built. One can hear the gentle whisper of the wind, the rhythmic crashing of ocean waves, the deep rumble of a volcano. These are the planet's primal voices. Then come the sounds of its creatures, the haunting, complex song of a humpback whale, the cheerful chirping of crickets, the powerful trumpet of an elephant, and the familiar bark of a dog. These sounds paint a picture of a world teeming with diverse and wonderful life. The musical selections are perhaps the most emotionally resonant part of the record. The goal was to choose music that would transcend cultural barriers and convey deep human feeling. The collection is astonishingly eclectic. It includes the mathematical beauty of Bach's Brandenburg Concerto No. 2, a piece some believe could be understood by a civilization with a grasp of physics and mathematics. It features the raw, rebellious energy of Chuck Berry's Johnny B. Goode, a celebration of youth and hope. There is the profound melancholy of Dark Was the Night, Cold Was the Ground by Blind Willie Johnson, a piece that speaks of human suffering and resilience. These musical choices were meant to show the full range of our emotional landscape. The 115 images on the record provide the visual narrative. They begin with the basics, showing our location in the solar system and our planet's physical characteristics. They move on to explain our biology with diagrams of human anatomy, reproduction, and our DNA. Then, they open a window into our lives. Images of people from all over the world, of families of children, in a classroom of athletes competing in the Olympic Games. We see a woman in a supermarket, a man eating a sandwich, and scientists at work. These simple, everyday scenes were chosen to show what it is like to be human, to capture the texture of our daily existence. Finally, there are the greetings. Spoken in 55 languages, they are a chorus of welcome from the people of Earth. From the ancient Sumerian Silamalama to the modern English hello from the children of planet Earth, each greeting is a small offering of peace and friendship. Perhaps the most poignant message is that from Kurt Waldheim, then Secretary General of the United Nations, we step out of our solar system into the universe seeking only peace and friendship, to teach if we are called upon, to be taught if we are fortunate. This collection of sounds, sights, and songs is our introduction, our story, our offering to the cosmos. Let us pause for a moment and imagine. Imagine a time in the far distant future, a civilization on a planet orbiting a star we have not yet named, detects a strange object drifting through their system. It is ancient, battered by eons of interstellar travel. They retrieve it with great care. What would they make of it? What would they think of us, its creators? The first challenge would be to decipher the cover. Would they understand the diagrams? Would they be able to build a device to play the record at the correct speed? Our instructions are our best guess at a universal language. Still a guess. If they succeeded, the first sounds would not be our voices but our planet. The wind, the rain, the thunder. Would they recognize these sounds? Perhaps their world has a different kind of weather, perhaps a different kind of geology. Then the sounds of life, the calls of animals. Would they know these are other species' voices or think they are ours? The whale song, alien, intelligent, baffling, or intriguing? Then comes the music. Is music truly universal? Would an alien perceive the structure and emotion in Bach? Would they feel joy in Chuck Berry's guitar riff, or just organized sound waves? Either way, it shows we create art, and the images, pictures of us, our bodies, our families, our cities, smiling, laughing, eating, working, our technology, buildings, and art, evidence of intelligence and social life, a ghost story in pictures, perhaps from a long-extinct species. Perhaps they would feel connection, perhaps sadness, or profound wonder at finding another life in the vast silent universe. Today, on August 20th, 2025, the Voyager spacecraft continue their lonely journey. They have long since completed their tour of the planets, sending back breathtaking images that rewrote our textbooks. For decades, they have been traveling outwards towards the edge of our solar system. In 2012, Voyager 1 made history. It crossed the heliopause, the boundary where the sun's solar wind gives way to the interstellar medium. It became the first human-made object to enter the space between the stars. Voyager 2 followed it across this frontier in 2018. They are now true interstellar travelers, our silent ambassadors in the galactic wilderness. They are now so far away that their signals traveling at the speed of light take more than 22 hours to reach us. Their power sources, fueled by the decay of plutonium, are slowly fading. Each year their ability to send back data diminishes. One by one their scientific instruments have been turned off to conserve energy. Soon, perhaps within this decade, they will fall completely silent. Their transmitters will go dark, and we will no longer be able to hear their faint whispers from the void. They will continue their journey, but their conversation with their homeworld will be over forever. Their journey is a journey into an unknown future. Voyager 1 is heading generally in the direction of the star Gliese 445, but it will not arrive in its vicinity for another 40,000 years. Even then, it will pass it at a great distance. The chances of either spacecraft ever colliding with another star or planet are incredibly small. Space is mostly empty. Their most likely fate is to orbit the center of our Milky Way galaxy for billions of years, silent and dark, carrying their golden cargo. They are cosmic fossils of our time, waiting patiently for a discovery that may never come. The mystery of their ultimate fate is part of their power. We have sent them on a journey with no destination, a voyage into eternity. They are a physical manifestation of our desire to explore and to be known. They drift through the great silence, a testament to the brief moment in cosmic history when a species on a small blue planet learned to leave its cradle and send a message to the stars. They are out there, right now, billions of miles away, carrying our story into the darkness. And for as long as they travel, a small part of humanity travels with them. What does the Voyager mission mean to us today, nearly half a century after its launch? It is more than just a successful scientific endeavor. It has become a cultural touchstone, a symbol of the best of what humanity can be. In a world that often feels fractured and uncertain, the story of Voyager and its golden record reminds us of a time when we dared to look up and dream together. It represents our curiosity, our creativity, and our deep-seated hope for connection. The mission is a reminder that we are all crew members on a single fragile vessel, Spaceship Earth, and that our greatest achievements come when we work together. The legacy of the Voyager mission is also one of perspective. The spacecraft sent back images that changed how we see our place in the universe. The most famous of these is the pale blue dot photograph taken by Voyager 1 in 1990 at the request of Carl Sagan. It shows our Earth as a single tiny pixel in a vast sunbeam. It is a humbling and profound image. It shows us that our world, with all its history, all its triumphs and tragedies, all its joy and suffering, exists on a mote of dust suspended in a sunbeam. This perspective encourages us to be kinder to one another and to cherish the only home we have ever known. The Golden Record itself is a legacy of hope. It is an enduring message that we are not defined solely by our conflicts or our mistakes. We are also a species of artists, scientists, builders and dreamers. We are a species that loves, that laughs, and that looks at the stars with wonder. The record is a curated collection of our best selves, an offering to the cosmos. It is a statement that says, this is who we are when we are at our most hopeful. It is a legacy that will, quite literally, outlast every monument we have ever built on Earth. And so, the two Voyagers continue their silent, endless journey. They are an echo of our existence, a whisper sent into the cosmic darkness. They carry the sound of a human heartbeat and the music of Bach out into the void. They are a testament not to our power, but to our spirit. They remind us that even a small and fleeting species on an ordinary planet can dare to reach for eternity. And as long as they travel, they carry with them the simple, beautiful, and enduring hope that one day, somewhere, our message will be heard.